that's him exerting control of them. No, I just like guy, girl. And then when I go up to them from behind, they'll say, oh, that's the ninja pressure point technique. I didn't believe that, man. I could not even imagine what a ninja pressure point technique even is. But how about, sir, your first name is? Devin. Devin, are you hypnotized right now?
No, not that I know of.
I was keeping my eyes on these subjects, looking for people that were giving all the signals of being good hypnotic subjects, able to take an image, transmit that image into action very, very quickly and very easily. Sir, would you pick one of the lights on one of those chandeliers and just keep your eyes on it?
Yep.
You got it? Take a deep breath. Wait. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Would you put your eye? Okay. Wait. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, wait. Deeper. More relaxed. Keep going deeper. Your first name, sir. Again.
Ryan.
All right. Are you hypnotized?
I don't think so.
You're wide awake then, right?
I think so, yeah.
Good news. Take a nice deep breath for me. Beautiful. All right. You sleep. I'll loosen them just like. All right. Loosen. Go in. Deeper. More relaxed. Loosen them. Keep in mind, the key to this for me was picking the right people, the ones that appear to be in the top 5 to 15%. If you get a person that is in the top 5%, it doesn't matter what you do. You can sing to them, you can do this, you can. So, first one. Sleep. There you go. All that. Keep more relaxed. All that. You begin. There you go. All this. Now, your first name? Jenny. It doesn't matter what you do. That was the key to my induction. If you pick the right subjects, these people live in hypnosis. Most of these people spend half their lives there. Would you take that? Watch, just look at it. Take a deep breath. Here you go. Deeper, more relaxed. And your first name? Misha, pretty name. Would you pick any spot you like and just look at that one spot?
Okay.
Now, when I ask a person to pick a spot, what am I doing? I am restricting their visual attention from darting all over the place. I know you're all relaxed, but I'm going to show you all how to go much, much deeper in relaxation. In a moment, I'm going to slowly count back from 5 to 1. With each number, I want you to imagine you can feel yourself going deeper, getting more and more relaxed, so relaxed that by the time I reach the number 1, every single muscle from the top of your head to the tips of your toes is completely, totally, perfectly, wonderfully relaxed. Everybody, take a nice deep breath, breathing deeply. And 5. Feel as you exhale, the tension draining out of your body. Feel your body loosening. 4. Down deeper and deeper now. Feel all the muscles in your legs just go limp and relaxed. Feel the tension in your shoulders just dropping away. 3. Every muscle in your face and jaws, all the muscles in your forehead and temples, all the muscles in your head and scalp, drifting deeper. 2, going down, all the way down. More and more relaxed, more and more comfortable. And when I reach the number 1, let every single muscle in your body go limp and become completely relaxed. Take a nice deep breath. 1, all the way down. Deeper and deeper now. And continue going deeper with each breath you take until I awaken you. I have cherry-picked the better than average subjects, and it's a numbers game. When I asked how many people that were going to be up, I brought up 8 chairs. I usually max 8 chairs for time management. If you're doing 1,000 people, I can bring up 50 chairs, but then I have to spend time on them all. Here, usually I max it at 8 people. This turned out to be smaller group than 100. I'm willing to bet it's 1 out of 10. I've got 6 people up here. There's probably about 6 of you sitting in the seats. It's a 1 out of 10 formula consistently. Now, I asked these folks to come forward because they appear to be good visualizers. My objective in a business group is to educate them, to take the fear away from this, to explain to them what this is they're really seeing. So I'll say, one of my promises was if you come up here, you're going to be more relaxed than you've been. Well, take a look at this. These people are pretty much as relaxed as human beings can be and still be drawing a breath. There's like 0 tension in their body. And many people, as you've seen, yourself will slide out. But I said, look how relaxed they are. And a lot of people at this point will say, if this is all there is to it, I'm in. I mean, you tell me that if I can learn how to do this, I can go at the end of the day and just let my whole body get this relaxed, I can sleep better, my allergies go away, it'd be wonderful. And I'll say, yeah, but the reason they're relaxed is because of the image they're holding in their mind right now, which is loose, limp, and relaxed. What's the opposite of loose, limp, and relaxed?
Okay.
Stiff and rigid, right? So if we change the picture, You know, you stop seeing yourself as a $100,000 a year producer, start seeing yourself as a $200,000 a year producer. Stop seeing yourself 20 pounds overweight, start seeing yourself having lost the 20 pounds. If you change the picture, would you expect a different response? Well, let's change the picture and see what happens. In a moment, I'm going to extend your arm. As I do, it's going to lock tightly into place, and I want you to feel that arm becoming stiff and rigid like a steel bar welded to your shoulder. As I extend your arm, concentrate, stiff and rigid, rigid and stiff like a bar of steel, more stiff and more rigid. Concentrate, rigid and stiff like a steel bar. As I extend your arm, stiff and rigid, more stiff, more rigid. I'm going to count backwards from 3 down to 1. With each number, the arm's going to be more rigid and more stiff. By the time I reach the number 1, the arm will be so rigid and so stiff, you'll discover you can't lower or bend it until I clap my hands. It's like a bar of steel by the time I reach the number 1, 3. Feel it now. Rigid and stiff like a steel bar. 2. So stiff and rigid, even as you try to lower the arm, it just gets more stiff and more rigid. 1. Go ahead and try, but the harder you try, the more stiff it becomes. The harder you try, the more rigid it locks tightly into place. Locks into place. Notice, even as I press on the arm, it remains as rigid as a bar of steel. Now, typically, if this were a business group, I would bring one of the attendees up out of the audience. You look like you don't believe what you're saying. I don't have time to do that now, but I'd ask them to come up, and I would ask them to press down on the arm of the person. And most of the time, they're astounded. They press down on it, and they can see, they can actually feel it. They can feel the degree of rigidity these people are exerting, and it's truly phenomenal. Some of these people, it's like a bar of steel. Help me out for a second. Press on that gentleman's arm, and just report to who that feels like.
Well, it's stiff.
Pretty damn stiff, right? And I'll also point out that it's very localized. If I had time, I'd bring someone out of the audience and I'd say, imitate what you see here. Make one of your arms as stiff as you see their arm. And you see people do this. They set themselves, they grit their teeth, they throw their shoulders back. And I say, no, they're not doing that. The only part they're concentrating on is the part they're focused on, and that part is intense. And the third thing is how long they can hang their arm out there. And I will use it as a metaphor. This is what happens when you visualize a goal as opposed to go out there and try to consciously make it happen. In their mind, they're doing this because they see their arm like a steel bar. It's acting like a steel bar. The minute you see yourself achieving the goal that you set, you'll begin to act like it, and you have 100% of your attention. It's more focused, more intense, and it lasts longer. So every demonstration I do, I try to tie into the message that these images you carry around in your mind are affecting your performance. That was a big difference. Because this in and of itself is nothing but a standard hypnotic routine. But connected to a business message, that's valuable to them. That made sense to me. That was when people started saying, that really helped me understand what's going on in my business. In a moment, when I clap my hands, your arms drop down like rubber bands. You go twice as deep asleep. 3, 2, 1, sleep. Oh, man, twice as deep. Oh, yeah. Nice deep breath, and go deeper. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way down. Deeper, more relaxed, loosening, loosening. Next demonstration I typically do is emotion. I would say, would you agree that your emotions affect your performance? If you like what you're doing, if you believe in your product or service, if you have a positive attitude, probably going to generate a lot more productivity than someone that has fear of failure, fear of rejection, doesn't like what they're doing. Clearly your emotions affect your performance. Well, the interesting thing about visualization is that you can actually increase and decrease a whole variety of emotions. I'm going to show you a humorous example. I'll give you a description afterwards, but this is just a humorous example of what I'm talking about. Deeper and more relaxed, deeper and more relaxed, deeper and deeper. As I touch your shoulder, start laughing. Laugh, laugh, laugh. Funniest thing, laugh, laugh. Funniest thing, laugh, laugh. Funniest thing in the whole wide world. Laugh harder. The harder you laugh, the funnier it gets. The harder you laugh, the better it feels. And it just keeps getting funnier and funnier. More and more and more. It just can't stop. The harder you laugh, the funnier it gets. It's absolutely 100 times funnier. That's 100 times funnier. Sleep! And I will explain to the audience. What you just saw is a demonstration of emotional control. This is not a ha ha ha, that's really funny. This is a guttural laugh. Funniest thing you ever heard. 10 times. 1,000 times. 10 times. Sleep. Sleep. Oh, turning it on is a amazing. Turning it off is more impressive. The ability to control it is an excellent example of emotional control. And again, in your business, one of the biggest things is fear of rejection. Biggest fear of corporate America is public speaking. They're afraid to stand up and communicate. These are emotions that can be attenuated, increased, or decreased through the use of visualization. Now, I've kind of laid the groundwork. I'm also, as I'm doing this, clearly looking for the better than average subjects. I'm running out of time, so I want to do a couple of demonstrations for you that are a little bit different, perhaps, than you've seen anywhere else. But eyes wide open at the count of 5, still respond to the sound of my voice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Straight chair, eyes wide open. Would you give these folks a round of applause? How are you doing? Do you think you're hypnotized? No. You're definitely not. Definitely not. Not even close. Okay. Are you by any chance betting person? Well, here's the bet. I'll bet you $100 that I can hypnotize you within 10 seconds. And here's the deal. You can do anything you need to do. Bite your lip, grab a chair, pinch yourself, do whatever you want. All I need you to do is pick a spot and look at it. Take as long as you want. But when you want the 10-second clock to start, nod your head, and I'll promise you I can hypnotize you in 10 seconds. And if I can't, I'll give you $100. Fair enough? Okay, is that a 10-second start? Good, sleep. Sorry about that. That didn't work out so well. How about you, sir? I'll get $100 if you can stay awake for 10 seconds. Think you can do that?
I'll try my best.
Bite your lips, use the chair, do whatever it is you need to do. Let me know when you're doing it.
All right, let's go now.
Sleep. There you go. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sleep. There you go. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fire. There you go. Now, how about $200?
Okay.
$200. All right. Take as long as you need, bite your lips, do whatever you need to do. But let me know when you want the 10-second clock. Oops, sorry.
10 seconds.
Ready?
Yep.
Good. Sleep. Oh, okay, that is already sleep. Wait. Wait. Okay, I'll tell you, we'll do something a little bit different. Depending on the group I'm working with, I'm trying to communicate messages. So here's a message.
Where's my $200?
Pardon?
Where's my $200?
You didn't stay awake. Squeeze. Stop. As if they were carved from a single block of wood like super glue. 3, 2, 1. Try to pull them apart. Can't pull them apart until I touch your forehead, but I want you to try.
Oh, they're not.
So come on, try harder.
I am.
I often ask a group of salespeople, what motivates people? What do you think salespeople say motivates people?
Money.
They all say money. And I point out to them that actually, money is not a really good motivator for most people. There's a small percentage that are purely driven by money, but most people, that's not what motivates them. What motivates them more is loving their job, being committed to something, believing in something.
I am.
I'll give you $100 if you pull your hands apart, but you need to start the harder you try, the tighter it is. I'll give you an advantage. See if that helps. A little bit of Went to the ATM today with $100 bills and only used 20. So I got to give it 20. Here's $100. Here's $100. Harder you try to tighter it is. Tell you what. I'll tell you what, there's $500. I used to do If any of you have seen the YouTube clips where I used to risk the $2,000 in cash, the $20 and $100 bills, go to the Grand Ole Opry thing. I would carry around $20 and $100 bills and dare people to get out of the chair, can't pull their hands apart. The point was consistent and it was simple. Money doesn't motivate people nearly as much as you've been led to believe. And I'll say, if it really motivated you to all be top performers, then clearly you're not all top performers. And if you think money motivates you to build a big practice, or money motivates you to be the greatest stage hypnotist, there's probably something else that's more motivating. Most people are not purely driven by money. very small percentage are, but most people are not. Money's not the motivator most people think it is. Eyes wide open, count of 5, 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, straight in the chair. Would you give her a round of applause? And Tommy gave me a signal. Tommy, I know where are you? I know it. I've got 10 minutes. Okay. There, I can obviously do all kinds of demonstrations, but what I did clearly, and what saved me all my time, was learning how to identify the really good hypnotic subjects. Finding the leaders in the group that are better than average, and then I did not need to do a big long induction. I did not need to do anything, and I could get right to the very interesting stuff and keep it all within that either 60 or 90-minute window as a corporate speaker. That was how the induction improved itself. Now, these folks, I believe they would pretty much all tell you that they don't think they're hypnotized. Do you think you're hypnotized?
No, I am.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Yes.
Do you think you are, sir? Yes, no? Definitely. Oh, good news. Are you sure about that? Ooh. Sorry about that. Deeper and deeper and deeper, more and more relaxed. Stuck like super glue. 1, 2, 3, 4, up. Eyes wide open, stuck until I touch your forehead. Stuck like super glue. 3, 2, 1, stuck. There you go. No. Try to pull it off, see what happens. Even really not excited. Often they're not good. And once you filter out the really good subjects, you can do some very dramatic examples. The trick, what made mine different, was every example was tied and connected to some kind of a business performance example. I'm down to the last 5 minutes. I promise to leave some time for question and answers. Are there any questions about anything you're saying? I thought you were going hypnotized. Try hard. Give it a good shot. Go ahead, you can use that. Let's see if that makes a difference. Money's not going to get his hand off his head. The only reason his hand is stuck to his head is right now he sees it as stuck to his head. And if you see something, if you believe in something, if you're committed to something, reality has very little to do with it. And it's interesting how some of our political discourse follows along those lines. Yes, ma'am.
Point to the companies that you would do these demonstrations, but then what's next? Do they hire you then to actually work with individuals?
Some had me work with individuals. Some had me doing corporate coaching at the C levels. They would want me to bring in a team. More often than not, I would end up giving them or selling them a set of, at first it was tapes and it was CDs, and then on a flash drive, material for the follow-up so that they could do it. This is a very simple technique to learn, but it doesn't apply to everybody. There are some of the people that I work with that have been listening to cassette tapes driving around their cars since the 80s. They would be foolish not to be making a sound file for themselves. They've already conditioned their mind to respond to sound files. And there are some people, as you can see, that are excellent hypnotic subjects that do not even believe they're subjects. And yes, my final comments. I have a program that I've been teaching now for about 5 years. It's called the Corporate Hypnotist. If you are interested in taking the program, I'm having one October 8th and 9th in Las Vegas at Catherine Hicklin's mansion. We had a thing we were going to put up with a QR code. The projector broke. There's posters on the door back there. If you are interested, come and visit me at the booth tomorrow. I'll answer any questions you have, or scan the QR code. It will take you to the webpage, give you some information, and we're going to put this up on a slide. Can't do it. If you put the word hypno in capital letters in, there's a $500 discount. So if you are interested in the program, take a look. If you have questions for me, I do have a booth. I'll answer any questions that you will have. I need to unwind these people for about 30 seconds. Come on. I'm not going to do give this guy a round of applause. One, two, three, four. By the way, round of applause for these folks. Thank you very much. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
Come and see me. Questions you have, help me what I can.